You talk about you being a campaigner. In fact, I read you say that students are generally supportive and understand the urgency of this. Presumably, you're basing that on I don't know what, but there you are. Your idea, my friend, has two problems. How many people voted for this?
So, Jeremy, I'd like to highlight a key point that you've raised there. This is symptomatic of a lack of political engagement at the national stage. And here with our campaign, we've tried to get people politically engaged in student politics.
How many
that's
people
a mirror
voted?
of what's happening
How many
at the national
people,
stage.
Vivek, voted to do... Listen, I'm about balance, my friend. You can't be telling me in 2023, when you and your campaiggners have left this university, that you have a right... What are we turning into? You can't eat meat.
Jeremy, sorry.
Why can't they eat meat, Vivek?
That is false. By next year, we are transitioning to a 50% plant-based campus. The students will very much be affected by this change.
But what about the people who disagree, Vivek? What about the meat eaters? I eat meat. Rosie eats meat. What right do you have to impose that on students at Warwick University when only 3% turned out, man?
So that's the great thing about democracy, Jeremy. People have voted for this, and we have been campaigning intensely over the past many weeks and months to maximize turnout. We've been in the piazza every day from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week of the campaign.
So why did 97% of your university not turn out? Because I take your point, and I'll be honest with you, 3% of your student population turned out, and you got a 52% win. What about the other 97%? Are they too busy doing exams and writing dissertations to avoid this rubbish? Because presumably, if they felt passionate, why didn't they turn up and vote? Because there's more important stuff to do. I don't know. It's ludicrous, man.
Jeremy, I understand your point. But I'd like to go back to what I said previously, and I'd urge you to listen to what I'm saying as well. We're having a conversation here, right?
Yep.
We are seeing a lack of political engagement on the student campus. That is true. But we are more than welcome. We're welcoming people from everywhere across campus to share their voice, to start this conversation. We welcome the students' input. And if anybody has issues with our campaign, they're more than welcome to raise their issues. You know, this is part of the student vote. Everyone has a voice. And we've been trying to amplify that voice through open conversation, distributing over 1,400 leaflets, having great discussions with people across the university.
Well, I have to applaud Vivek for your success in your campaign.
But 97% of the university couldn't give a damn. Why is that?
Then they can't really complain if they were given the vote. Vivek, the question would be...
I get that, I do.
Why did you think it was...
There was, Jeremy, Jeremy, there was ample opportunity for students to vote. This vote was publicised, this vote was transparent. If people have not voted, this is the result.
Mate,
They're more than welcome
and I'm with Rosie on that.
To submit a counter motion.
If you've got a complaint, you should turn out. My question is
who has got a complaint? Who has got a complaint here? Let's make that clear. If you have a complaint, you're not a student, Jeremy.
No. What I'm saying to you is if the 97% were that passionate, as Rosie quite rightly says, they'd have turned out, right?
Right. Yeah, certainly.
Vivek, what I'm interested in is why it was that you wanted a sort of blanket ban on dairy, meat products. Why it wasn't that maybe the campaign instead would be about education so that people could make a choice and say, actually, well, for my diet, I'd like to have some meat, some dairy. It doesn't have to be every single day. And I can make the decision rather than to be told, well, actually, these are the only options available.
Right. So, Rosie, this will take place directly in SU outlets at the university. So students very much have the choice to still eat what they want. And I'd like to emphasize the urgency of this issue, right? We're trying to prevent the climate catastrophe, and we're rapidly approaching the tipping point after which we will not be able to support life on Earth as we know it. We know that animal agriculture is the leading cause of greenhouse gas emissions globally, alongside fossil fuels and transportation, and it's the largest resource inefficiency when it comes to food. So that's why it's important that we take institutional change here at the university, but across universities across the UK, as you've rightly noted.
Seven other universities have made this change. The strategy you've taken is not to persuade people of that argument, it's just to make the choice for them.
I would say this to you, my friend,
and
I genuinely mean this. I respect your opinion, that you are absolutely right. I can disagree with you. You opened it to a plebiscite, people didn't turn up. Let me read a few comments. Vivek, thank you so much indeed.
Sure.
Liz says, we said, should you be able to force this on people? Liz says, absolutely not. People have a freedom of choice. Ruth says, I respect other people's views and beliefs, but you cannot force a vegan diet on people who don't follow that lifestyle. And Catherine, this is forced on people who don't want it. What happened to freedom of choice? Vivek, I'll tell you one thing that might happen. People might not go to your damn university anymore if they can't have a burger or a steak. But there we go, we'll leave it there.